There we go. There we go, Gav.
Right.
What's the hook, was it?
Size 12. Partridge red itch. Heavy wet supreme. Right. Put it in the hook. Can everybody see me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and clear.
Yeah.
I've gone a little bit closer to the camera for this week to see if it's a little bit better for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Hook is in. Black thread. This is Benici, just 12-0. Catch on. In the center. Trim the waist away. And the first thing we're going to do is put the cloak hackle on. Now, this is going to be a palmed Coch-y-Bonndu, and there's going to be a cloaked feather over the top to give it a bit of colour and a bit of movement. And the feather I use is common everyday cock pheasant, and this is from the base of his neck. So where his neck comes down and touches his shoulders, these are the feathers that are there. And take one out. Let's get it good on. Like so, yeah. So you got a nice chestnut colour and a little black tips. We trim the waist off. So we're left with that. And right in the center of the hook, we catch it on. Secure it. Trim the waist off. Okay, hackle pliers. Catch the center and just make a few turns like so. Bring your thread through, catch the feather in nice and securely, and take your thread right up tight to the eye. Where's my blade? Where's my blade? Somebody's pinched my blade. Oh, we'll use the scissors. Trim the hackle point away. Okay, you've taken your silk up to right tight behind the eye. Now we just fold the fibers forward, pinch them, hold them like so, and put 1, 2 loose turns to catch it in. So it looks a little bit like a shuttlecock. Adjust them so they're nice and even around the eye of the hook. And when you're happy with it, one tight turn, and then work your silk down to just past the center of the shank. Now for the tag, we take some old gold. I call this old gold. It's not a bright shiny gold, but it's the duller color. Take a couple of inches of that. And this is flat tinsel. Catch it in. Tie it just around the bend. Bring your silk back up. And then form a nice overlapping tag. Catch your thread on. Secure it down. The next thing, we take some uni oval, and this is extra small gold. If I can see it, these lights are absolutely killing me, boys, to be honest with you. But it's got to be better for you, although I can't see what I'm doing. Right, we take about 4 inches of our rib. Catch it in. Secure it. Trim the little bit of tag waist away. Right, for the body, peacock girl. The traditional does say use bronze, but if you haven't got bronze, just use the normal bog standard green. You know, it's by the time we put the colors, the hackling and the colors of the pheasant, you haven't got to worry about the bronze. So take 2 pearls out. Here they come. Like so. Take the tips. You tie in with the tips, not the backs. Trim the tips, catch them in, and take your thread up to just behind the eye or just behind the hackle. Twist your peacock together. Like so. And form a nice plump, even body. Don't go right tight to the hackle because we're going to be putting our palmer in there. So we need to leave a little bit of room. Work back down towards the tag. And then come back up, give it a little twist back. Keep the furls together. And when we get to just behind the hackle, catch in, 3 turns, 1 for luck, and trim away. So now we got a nice, fat, plump body. Now for the palmer, we use a Coch hackle. Try to pick out the best one. That's pretty good. See, that one was a little bit better. Yeah, that one's better. Now a Coch hackle is black center, ginger, and black tips, but they are very difficult to get hold of. So as a little tip, if you're ever looking for a Greenwells or a black or a Coch hackle, if you get the whitened tree cape, so white and cree, and it's a bronze, yeah? And if you open it up, because it's not a grade one, so it's not all pure colors, what you get inside is off colors. And if you look in there, you get Coch hackles inside it. There's not many left in here because I've raped them out, to be honest with you. But if you, but it's the structure of the bird and the color of the bird. So that's a little tip. If you struggle and you've got one of these, have a look through them and you get furnace or Coch hackles inside them. So we'll take our feather. Which one did I select? As you can see, there's little cree tips on the end of it. We trim the bottom away, pull a few fibers off the base to give us a tying in base. A little bit of a stripped quill there. And we catch it in just behind the cloak. 2, 3. When we're in, 2 turns behind the cloak, and then just work your way down the body. 4 turns, 5 if you like, but 4 is generally enough. When we get to the tag, catch the feather in with a rib. 1 turn, 2, and then we come through the body. And if you notice what I'm doing, I'm not just placing the rib through it. As I'm coming up and wiggling it, just give it a little wiggle. And what that does is it allows your rib to move through the fibers without trapping them down. So they stay up nice and proud. When you get to the top, cross over. 1, 3. Trim your rib. Trim your hackle. Just like so. With your finger and thumb, push your cloak back. Side to side, above and below. Side to side, above and below. Keep doing it until it sits the way you want it. Just make sure it's all out of the way, nice and neat. When you're ready, pull it back, pull your thread through, pull it out of the way, and make a nice neat head. Just wind up until you actually start to catch the hackle, and it sits like so. Okay, when we're there, we're finished. 2, 3, 4. Here we come, pull it tight and trim off. There we have a Coch-y-Bonndu. Just trim a little bit away there. That's lovely. With a cloaked hackle. Take a little bit of UV. And this is the diamond found by Deer Creek. Take a little bit off. Spot him on. A little bit more. Take the needle. Clean your eye. And then we set it with a torch. And as we're doing it, we just turn pattern in the vise. And there we are. So the reason for using this hackle, this pheasant hackle, gives you a little bit of movement in the water. The chestnut color and the black tips gives you the color you're looking for. And if you look at the actual beetle, that's the color of it. So come on, questions.
Right, how are you going to fish that?
I normally, when the cork is on, I normally fish 2 of them. The leader, as long as you can fish it, it's normally with me about 16 foot, and these will be about 5 foot apart.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a size 14 and a size 12.
Okay, how long are the droppers?
About 5 inches.
Okay.
About 5 inches. Grease them up, a little bit of silicone.
Yeah.
I use
Muslin.
the old muslin.
Yeah.
WC line. That's my favorite floatant.
Okay.
That's my favorite floatant. And you don't need a lot of it. Just whack, just wet your fingers and put it on. With the palmer and the hackle and the silicone, floats like a cork.
Wow, nice.
And when they have it, just leave them tight in the line up. I watch them go in before I actually hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it sits high in the water. And especially if there's a lot of fresh stock fish around. If they've never had their nose out of the water to take a dry, they can miss it. So just leave them, have it, watch the line moving, and then tighten on them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, up at Coch-y-Bonndu, up to where Doug that does.
Coch-y-Bonndu, the Elan Valley,
Yeah.
the Clyde Ruin Reservoir, smashes them on it. Right, next, do you fish dabblers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good pulling fly, Dabbler.
it's a good pulling fly. This time of the year, a pearly dabbler is a real good pulling fly. But I'm going to tie now a black dabbler. Just put this peacock all away, it was going to go everywhere. Oh, just chuck it up again there. I'll tie a black dabbler, and I'm going to use almost the same technique as I just used for the cork. Nickel bronze. Everything else. Out of the way. Right. Hook. Once again, heavy wet supreme. If I'm going too quick, just tell me, boys. Slow me down a bit. No? Okay. Right, heavy wet supreme. Just tighten that a little bit more. Size 8. Yeah. Black thread, same black thread.
Yeah.
Hello?
Alois is asking, can you get more focus on the fly?
No, I can't. Because I'm on the iPhone. I'm gonna have to get myself a better camera. And then it'll be a lot better. But on the iPhone, this is about the best that I can do. I will take photos of them later on and put them up on the page view. As long as you can see the technique I'm using, you should be able to follow it. Hopefully you can follow it. Right, a little bit of wax. Let's run it through. Catch your thread on. Oh, How good you boys are laying thread on? Are you all good? Yeah? Right, so do you know the technique of hold your waist, the waist end, right? This is a tie-in hand, this is my placing hand. With the tie-in hand, I hold my bobbin. With the placing hand, I hold the waist. If you hold the thread like so, across, yeah, so you make a crucifix, cross it, push against your waist, yeah? Now, if you keep hold of your waist, just put pressure with your tie-in hand or your thread against the waist like so, and it gives you perfect touching turns. You can go as fast as you like and you'll have perfect touching turns. Yeah? And sometimes with if you tie in small dries or nymphs or you're using flat tinsel bodies, that's quite important because you don't want any lumpy, bumpy stuff. So hold your waist and tie against it with your thread and it gives you a perfect underbody. Okay, right. Sometimes you can get a little bit ahead of ourselves and show advanced things when people, if you're not experienced, you don't know the basics. But if I do, tell me and ask me questions and I'll show you, right? So now we take the thread up, tight to the eye. Bronze mallard. And you can get all different sizes of bronze mallard. You can get the big stuff, big feathers, which I normally keep for tying things like mallard and claret or that type of thing. But when you get the smaller stuff, like, I can't find one at the moment. There you are. When you get the smaller ones, okay, and you can see the difference. Yeah, keep these for the mallard and clarets. These are for my dabblers. And what I do is I strip some, and obviously, if you look at that, it's not a dark bronze. It's a little bit lighter. Nothing wrong with it. Strip the base off, the fluff, or the down. Pull fibers on a 45-degree angle, pull them together, so the tips line up, like so. Strip them off. Hold the fibers and pull the feather, not the other way around. If you do it the other way around, the fibers slip. I don't know why, they just do. So pull the feather away. Now when we got the fibers, place them with a curve coming up on top of the eye. You want to judge how long you want your fibers. Okay, you can just have a little sneaky look. But when you're ready to put them on, the curve coming up, just place them on the hook, catch them, push them around the eye, one loose turn, manipulate them so they're all around and nice and even around the eye. And this is quite a light dabbler. I'm not going to add a wing into it. It's just going to be a cloak dabbler. And when you like so, like a shuttlecock, tighten the feather in. Come down to the base where our tail is going to come off. Take some more bronze mallard. See if we can get a better color than that. That's a better one. That's a nice darker one. Take some more bronze. Pull some out. The tail, pull it together. Same thing, 45. Hold them, pull it away. Fold it together. Like so. So it sits like so. Place it on for your tail. Pinch and loop. 1, 2. That's it. Secure it. Trim a little bit of waste away. And there we are. That's our tailing. Now we go back to our oval tinsel, extra small, or if you want to use a medium, you can use a medium, but because I got this on the table, this is what I'm going to use. Take 5 or 6 inches. Put a rib and catch it in. Yes, like so. Now, what I tend to do with my rib is I'll hold it up and I'll tie it on the side of the hook, not on the top, on the side. So go down to where it touches the tail. And the reason for that is, for me, is when you start laying the rib on, it gives you can start at the tail and it gives you a complete turn at the tail. So it looks a little bit neater. Right, so that's our tail and that's our rib. Now for the body, where's my seal's fur gone? I'm going to be using seal's fur, and it's a mixture of claret and black. So it looks a little bit purpley, but it's claret and black. Just put 2 pinches of seal's fur together and just blend it between your fingers and thumbs until it gets a nice even mixture. Wet your fingers and just dab the body on. Just make a noodle of seal's fur. You know what a noodle is? Noodle is that. When we actually dabbing on, that's the technical term that fly tyers like to use, a noodle. Don't worry. Right. Now, when I start the body, I come up just behind the eye. So I'm about 3 centimeters from the eye. Start at the top, work down. When we get there, just give it a little tighten. And then work back up. Just like so. So you've got a nice tapered effect. Now, some people, a lot of tyers, tie it straight from the tail right up in one go. I was always taught, start there, work down, so it gives you a nice fuller body. So if you've got any, well, if you won't see any materials underneath it coming through. Like if you might see the rib, or you might see a bit of tinsel. Giving it 2 layers, light layers, covers it up. So when we're there, we take black cock-ackle. It's a bit big. And this is from a Chinese cape, cheap old cape. Take a feather, cut the point away, pull a few fibers off, catch it in just behind the eye. 2, 3, 1 for luck. Take our ackle pliers. All right, 1 turn, and then just open it up through the body. Just palming it. I don't like them heavily palmed by dabblers because I want the body material to come through, the seal's fur to show through. So keep it nice and light. With your rib, cross your hackle, 1 complete turn there, and wiggle him up. 2, that's 3, 1 more, pull on away. 1 at the top, cross your hackle, cross your rib, 2, 3, trim him off, cut that little bit of hackle away. Okay, so that's our palmer. Now at the shoulder, you can either use a black hen, or I like to use a claret one. Yeah, and these are the feathers from the side of the capes. Like Davey showed you last week, you use the normal feathers for hackles, but these ones on the side, because they're nice and thick, nice and mobile, use these ones for the shoulder hackle. But for this, I'm going to use a Claret. Take one out. Find a decent one. Right, dyed Claret. Oh, same thing. Cut the base off. Pull a few fibers away. Give it a tying base. Catch it in. 1, 2, 3. One for that. Take a tip. Yes, crease your feathers back a little bit. Fibers. Roll him on. 1, 2 turns will do. Catch him in. Trim away. Now the same technique we use for the Coch-y-Bonndu. Finger and thumb. Crease it back. Side to side. Above and below. Above and below. Keep it going until it actually sits the way you want it to. Draw the fibers back. Pull your silk through. Take your time with it. You know, you spent this time creating it, so little couple of seconds to get it right. Pull them back. Make a nice, neat little head. And using this technique, you can create the smallest, neatest head that you think you can't do, because there's no bulk under that feather. You got the shape. You got all, you know, you've got the base for the palmed hackle in there. You've got the hen hackle in there, and you've got the bronze mallard in there. And it's a tiny, tiny little head. Just whip finish. Away. Good. Take out finishing material, or UV, or Sally Hansen, or whatever you want to use. Spot it on. Take a little needle, just move it around. Clean your eye. And that's a dabbler. I guess it is not a heavily dressed dabbler, because sometimes people put wings in just to thicken it out. But there's feather I use. I've used most of the side of that small feather. That's how much hackle is in there. And it's so easy to do.
For some
Like
reason, Gav, your
Can take your
screen's frozen. Gav. I've lost it.
I've really lost him.
Gav?
I think the signal's dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's froze on the right picture.
Yeah. He'll be back.
I got him down the bottom. Where's he gone? Yeah.
He hasn't gone for a beer, has he?
His video's gone for some reason.
Yeah.
He'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
While we're waiting, Derek,
Yeah,
there's a tackle shop in Ludlow. Is that right?
yeah, it's up on the industrial estate.
Is it any good?
well, they deal with carp stuff mainly. So if you're into carp fishing or pike fishing and stuff like that, they got loads of stuff in there.
Ah, right.
Or you got
I'll be
all
back
this in the
now.
high street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you're
you got,
back, Gav.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
Oh, there he is.
you're
Sideways.
You're sideways now.
Sideways.
Yeah.
Sideways again,
Oh,
yeah.
good. Don't tell my wife, huh? What happened there?
Dunno,
I think your broadband dropped out.
Oh. Did you get the gist of it? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all got to go
But
to
you-
the sideways to look at you now, though.
Oh, why is that?
Adam's
on the
doing
side.
the same.
That better? Is
That's better.
Hello?
There we go.
that better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There he is.
Yeah, now.
there we go.
There he is.
What's going on?
Dunno.
There we go.
can't see him.
You'll have to go back to Gavin's screen at the top.
Pin it.
Go to the top right, and there's 3 little dots. Click on that and click on pin,
Yeah.
and he'll be on the main screen. I think he's dropped out again.
Yeah. No, I've just done that and he's gone again.
Yeah, he's down the bottom. There we go. He must have real slow broadband. But yeah, was it you, Chris, asking about the tackle shop?
No,
No, it's me, Tony.
Tony,
Yeah.
you know the top end by the squirrel?
I'm not that familiar, to be honest.
Well, you'd be coming in from Bridge North way, Cleell way, wouldn't you?
Well, to be honest, I've only asked because my son's going to work. Apparently that bloke makes windows, doors and stuff as well.
Yeah.
My son's going to work for him. That's the only reason I asked.
Oh, gotcha. But the lad that makes the doors, it's not, his name's not Carl, is it?
I've no idea. My son hasn't started there yet.
can we have a discount then, Tony?
There's always somebody after summer, isn't there?
Exactly.
That's the Pottery Fly Tying Club for you.
Yeah.
Where's Gavin gone?
This bloke that makes doors, is he well hung?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Come on, Bob.
Hello?
Hello. Come in, number 3. Your time is up.
Ah,
Where have you
Come in,
gone, Gav?
Come in, Mr. Bondi.
I don't know where he's gone. He must be trying to get back on because it on my screen under the
can you
participant
hear
side.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can't see you though.
Now, because he's dropped out, you'll have to
Can't
go,
see me.
you'll have to go
No.
go back onto Gav's main screen and pin it again.
Okay.
Where's he gone? Start video.
To do is put his video back on.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get him to do. Start video. Unmute.
Yeah, his mic and his video's off, according to me.
Yeah. I clicked on it and asked him to start the video on this on the what's it again. He must be having a problem with his broadband.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Back.
Yeah, you're there, Gab, but your video's not on. Where's he gone?
Must be raining in Wales.
Yeah, that'd be unusual.
He's gone off
That's-
completely now.
Oh,
He'll come back in, won't he? I send him an invite. Invite. Contacts. Where's he gone? Email. Default email. Forgive me talking to myself, guys.
not a problem.
Invite. There you go. I'll try and do it on here. There we go. I've sent him another email. Let's hope that will get him back on. No, I don't know where he's gone.
On for ship.
Got to try his dabbler.
See if it floats.
Well, I don't know what's going on here. Hiya, Peter.
Hello, darling. You okay?
Yeah, we're having a bit of a problem here. Gab's disappeared.
Yeah, I can see. I've been with you from the beginning.
You didn't have your video on,
I did.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, no, he didn't. Here we
Please.
go.
Do.
He's
Dad.
behind you.
Yeah. Who is it?
Come on, Gav. But it says he's joining. Yeah, he must have hell of a problem with his broadband.
Yeah, yeah. That was really good up till then.
Where's he gone? Gone again. What do I do more? Right. Talk amongst yourselves, guys.
Yeah.
Anybody been fishing?
Nope.
No, Chris, it's just been strange on then.
We went on the River Dee yesterday at Bangor on Dee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was blooming cold. Cold wind, cold water. The water had come up. I had 9 grayling, so it wasn't too bad.
That's not bad, was it?
My friend had a nice brownie on a dry fly.